Oh. Wow. Hey guys. I just realized I thought I had already got this thing started. I'm sorry. This is the first time I've done the live stream thing, so that's why I had a 6 minute screw up, and I've been apparently just talking to myself for the last 5 minutes. So today I want to. Hey Stephen, glad to see you're down $69 from your up $400. That's super awesome. I was just saying I really like having the down days as long as they're not super down, just so we can keep some of those prices under control and we can safely get some of that premium. This Tesla at 720 is awfully scary. I expected it to hit 800 or 1,000 by the end of this year, but not did not expect it to go so quickly. So I just want to go through some of these questions that I've been getting, and I think we typed a little bit back and forth. Ergon, the dragon guy. Let me see if I can put this in one. And where's my other one? This one. Cool. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think I ended up pretty close to break even if I hadn't have done some bad naked calls on Baidu. I would have been either even or up a few bucks by the end of the day. So yeah, but now we have 4 days of decay, so before the market opens again, right? Super awesome. So let's see. Yeah, Ergon, you're asking about putting in an order price, like a limit price, on something that's way high, right? So you asked specifically about like an 1100 to 1115 is the range between the ask and the bid, and if you put in $100. $100 is basically like what you're offering for that same amount. So that would be like a house is on sale. Somebody's trying to sell for $500,000, and you go in and you offer $20,000. Not going to happen. It's yeah, it's just that's super far out. If you wanted to put it as like a permanent offer, like do extended hours and for multiple days, if the call ever went down there and you're just saying, hey, if this call or this put ever reaches this price, I would like to buy some, but you're not going to get filled that particular day or anything like that. There's with the way the orders are done, there's going to be multiple people. So in your example, like the low was somebody's offering to buy it for $1,099. That means there's probably several orders at that price and a whole bunch right below that. So everybody else is going to have to get filled, right? The guy's offering $10.99, $10.98, $10.97, all the way down until it's only worth $100. And the only thing that's going to really do that is a stock has to it would have to absolutely tank. And yeah, otherwise you would never get filled on that, pretty much, unless there was some computer glitch. Oh, and I was going to actually research this. I'm just scrolling down. Stephen, I see you have LUMMN, and I just brought it up on my phone. I think yesterday. It looks like it's on its way down to nothing. Is this it? LUNM. Yeah, nice. So, and you mentioned that you have 10% dividends. 10% dividends is rather scary. If a company's paying out 10% of their stock's value, that means they only have 10 years left of paying paying it out before they have everything kind of gone. So, and they also don't have anywhere else better to put the money. I don't know if it's just something that they were, if they were, it looks like they just started paying it too, which is super odd. What do they do? Oh, used to be CenturyLink? So like phones? Huh. I'll have to check that out. I have, I do hold some dividend stocks like AT&T and Coke, and I was gonna say on AT&T, because I think you were saying you were building up a position in AT&T, and I have some of that kind of like, I feel like it's a savings account. And what I did on AT&T just recently, so I sold calls and I sold puts, $28 puts on them, and $32 calls. It seems to really be staying in a range right now. I think those are only, yeah, those are 4 weeks out, and then I've been dumping the money back into the stock. We have, how many shares of this do we have? I really don't like the doesn't even show it. I guess this is why I just use the mobile app. Where is it? This is, oh, it's because I'm on the option and not the actual stock. All right, 246 shares. So I think most of these, I think I bought a couple hundred. When it was down, I bought a little bit more. I'm pretty much break even on the whole thing, and this has been something I've held since April, May, something like that. But I feel like it's just as good as having a checking account. Oh, Lumen's a REIT? That might be really nice then. Yeah, I saw you had AT&T. Yeah, Lumen. I'll have to read into this, because that could be pretty interesting, especially if there was upside. I thought maybe it was this, or maybe there was another one I was reading, and I thought they were formerly CenturyLink. I'm not sure if that's right. If that's true, I thought I'd read some news that let's see. I'll look at this a little bit later, though. All right, let's. ARK is fantastic. I have a little account where I just put, I think it's 40 or 50 bucks per week into all 5 of ARK's funds. It's pretty nice. I mean, the fact that I think Tesla's in the majority of them too, so, and we all know how that's been going. One thing I remember, it was I think Chow's Predictions was the username, was asking me about the collateral when you're opening up spreads, and he said he saw a video where somebody had opened up one and then they used the same collateral for the second, and either one of two things happened. They opened up a maybe a call credit spread and then a put debit spread, because you can't lose the collateral both ways. So if it's for the same date, the same stock, and essentially it's an iron condor, the reason they don't require both the collateral for the high and low, it's only going to go one way, so you still have the same maximum loss. That's why technically iron condors would be much better than just put spreads But the difficult part is moving both those two out. And for me, for Tesla, they don't have strike prices high enough to where it's comfortable. And then that higher the higher one, like I'm putting them up there 1,000, 1,100 or something like that. Then literally I only collect another $5-10 for that same risk. I like O. I think I carry it in. I made a portfolio of all dividends, and I believe O is in there. Actually, I think it was, what's his name? Joseph Hogue. He does a ton of options videos and dividend stocks and pretty interesting things. So kind of experimentally, he put together a bunch of stocks that basically paid dividends for every single day of the year. Another one that did like a quarterly and a monthly. So I put all those together. I think I started with 10,000 in there. Let's see. Let me see if I can pull this guy up. But I think O is one of my favorite reads. The other one I like is Fun, Cedar Fair. Let me find this one. Here is this guy. Dividend flow is what we called it. So all of these, let's see. Again, of course, I'm used to the mobile app here. Yeah, so you can see I just keep collecting all these dividends every several a day. I think the intention was for them to all land on separate days, but of course during the holidays, who knows what's going to happen. And yep, there we go. I own a whole $300 worth of O. But I do like that. I like it for the dividend, and probably a really good way of, like this, where I just want to let it sit. I think I also have some O in some other portfolios. I'm not going to buy it for any kind of growth or anything, or actually making income. Of course, we all have different goals. And I have a 401k. I moved over to this thing. So this entire, like all the money I have on M1, it's pretty much just going to sit. This is my little ARK one, where I just buy into each of their funds pretty evenly. And main one, I don't even know why I have this. These are just like all blue chip, except for, of course, Tesla, but stuff that should just pretty much be stable. I'm not going to lose money on it kind of situation. But yeah, I'm down with the grow over time. That is the smartest thing you can do. If we have 100% of our money into selling spreads, I know it could, Tesla could tank, and I'm going to lose half of my Robinhood account value, and I will cry, and then never talk about stocks again. Yeah, same with the building up the dividends. I would love to too. Like, it's definitely quite addicting selling the spreads because we can see that percentage gain. That small account I did on Tastyworks from 600 to I think it's 7,000. Yeah, what is this guy? I have this thing up too. Where do we go? Where's my stock? Oh yeah, net liquidity. So that's a $7,000 account, and I started with $600 in there not too long ago. Yeah. Start off with $600, 7,000, so it's super addicting. I mean, there's no other way you're gonna 10x your money or double your money or anything like that. But yeah, having $1 million, $2 million, something like that, just collecting dividends and not having to worry about it. Yeah, I'll move it out. Yeah. Um, yeah, if it tanks, you can move them out for sure. And that's a cool thing about at least having the time on them. We don't have to immediately freak out. They don't lose all the value as long as they have time. I did those with a bunch of them when we had that. Where was that drop? Oh, it was right after battery day, right? We had that nutty drop. Mm, I mean, now it just doesn't. Oh, yeah, it was right here. No, when was it? This guy. Oh, where's my? I don't want a drawing tool. How about this? Yeah, I think. Yeah, it must have been here. I don't even remember now. What's this? This was it. Yep. There was that crazy drop after hours, battery day. It wasn't Cybertrucks being delivered or anything like that, and just tanked for the next few days. That was definitely a scary time in the as far as the portfolio is concerned. Yeah, where is that guy? That was, gosh, now it looks like a little blip. It's ridiculous. Let's see. August. There we go. I think this was incorrect. I think we were actually at 110, and then within a couple days, we're like lost half of the portfolio value. But I did just that. I moved everything out at that time, and it ended up okay for sure. Hopefully, some people bought some stock too at that time. Let me see what other questions I had. There's the comments. Oh, that's what I started on, but let me get back to Chell's predictions. You're asking specifically about using collateral for multiple options or doing it without or anything like that. So a couple things you have to realize. Number one, even though it's a spread, you have to think about the first put or call that you sell. So when you're selling a put, you are totally agreeing to buy that stock at that price. The one underneath it is just essentially protection. It allows you to buy it for a price not very far under, but we really can take that out of the equation just to understand what you're responsible for. So, and that's the reason they don't require the full collateral, right? $500 put, you're agreeing on Tesla, you're agreeing to buy them for $500. Why can't they just collect it if it goes down? One, if you don't have money in the account, how are they going to collect it for you? If they allow you to just, you could sell 100 puts or 100 put spreads, and all of a sudden you owe them 50,000, 500,000, 5 million, or something like that. They don't check your. It's not like you put up your house, or they don't check your credit or anything like that, or your net worth. I mean, you definitely answer that at some point when you're trading options, but I don't think they do any follow up with it. You can say you're worth $1 million, but I don't think they check. When I started trading options, I think I told them, oh yeah, I have tons of experience. The other couple things I was honest about my actual net worth and income, but my experience level, I definitely wasn't honest, because I know that's not going to allow me to unlock what I want to be able to do. So it's kind of, and then using that same collateral for multiple options doesn't make any sense either. That's like you have one house and then you go to 5 different banks and you take out mortgages on all 5. It's your collateral is only good for one loan. Collateral is only going to be good for one put spread or call credit spread. and some won't even let you do a naked call or sell a naked call. I don't believe Robinhood will even let you do it, because it essentially when you're selling a call, you're agreeing to buy a stock at a certain price. And let's take a look at that. Let's see what it does. So I think because if you're agreeing to buy it at a certain price, wait, you are. I wish I could just totally pause for the calls. You're let's see, if you buy it, you are able to buy it. That means, yeah. Okay, that is correct. So oops. Just options. And I don't think this will even let you do it. So oh. Okay. So yeah, it'll only let you cover it, because in theory, if you had to, let's see, you would be required to sell it at that price. So let's say you sold this $1,000 call, it goes up to $2,000. That means you have to buy the shares at $2,000 and sell them for $1,000. And in theory, it could go up infinitely, right? Like, let's say Tesla went to $1 million, and then you had to sell them for $1,000, and then you're out the difference. You're out 990,000. On that, and that's why the call side. Some brokerages will let you do it, because even though theoretically it can go up to the sky, it's probably not going to go all the way up there. So I believe, like, I think Tastyworks will let you do it in TD Ameritrade. Hopefully that makes sense, though. There's me screwing up. Sweet. Gabriel, hopefully you figured out how to close spreads. I hope you're even able to open up now. I know you're having your account locked up and didn't have approval on another one. We got to get you selling some spreads, get your account back up, because I'm sure that Neo put that you bought did not work out, since it just went completely opposite as soon as you bought it, it looks like. Oh, news. I did want to talk about that. So news, I get all over the place, like I said. There is some on Robinhood, but it's a little bit slow. On TD Ameritrade, there's a tab under these guys, and these are pretty fast, especially like on important stuff like the S&P 500. So these will, like, even today there's news articles coming out on Tesla and SPY. So that one's pretty quick. I will listen to the streams of I think it's the Trading Fraternity or Trading Fraternity. They'll get out some quick news, but it's filled with a lot of other untrading, like not trade related information, which is nice to listen to. I think the guy's really good. He explains things really well, but at the end of the day, it's not. Or at the end of the day, it is some very quick news. Like, I think there's some guys that'll source some stuff faster than what I see on here. I know there's some news services you can pay for. I use, like I said, Twitter. You can watch one of Trump's speeches, and he'll mention, like, especially when everything was going crazy, like literally when he named the stores like Walgreens, Walmart, Rite Aid that were going to be partnering with him to administer vaccinations. Like as soon as the name left his mouth, or Moderna's, or anybody's, as soon as his name left his mouth. So I was watching it live, and then you would see the correlation, like on the stock, just boom, 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 boom. I watch a lot of the Fed meetings. I watch the Senate. I watch the House, because especially when it has to do with any of these bigger financial packages, with the stimulus checks, that's huge. As soon as they say, okay, we think we got it, you'll see the S&P bolt up, and then as soon as you see it's blocked, it'll plummet. But it's really super reactive. And that part's pretty fun to watch. I don't always have time. I had time when everything was shut down for a month and a half. Not anymore, unless I happen to have the day off, but I'll still watch all that stuff. So those Yahoo Finance is pretty decent. There's some bigger concepts that I watch. I do watch about everything I can with Tesla, so that's like Rob Maurer. I think it's Tesla Daily. I'll watch. There's a Singapore chicken investor or something like that. He's just very bullish on Tesla, but he always has different perspective. Different perspective than what everybody else is kind of copying the same thing on the news. Dude, your New Year's resolution is to quit your job? What do you do now? And where do you live? What part of the country? I'm in Seattle, so everything is super expensive here. Like, I just bought a house. Actually, like in the middle of a contract. And can I make this delay slower, I wonder? Edit it now, probably not. Live chat. I wish there was a way of getting the chats back and forth faster. But I'm really wondering, what do you do for a living? I actually don't want to quit my job. I want to keep it. Let's see. Oh, dude, super nice. Traveling nurse. Nice. Oh yeah, so you can totally do it. As soon as you just build up, you only need 50,000 or something like that if you can just sell spreads on it. How much does a house cost where you live? My house we're under contract for $20 an hour. Nice. Yeah, I was getting. Yeah. Anyways, the house I'm under contract for is $600,000. It's not even a big house, and I need some stuff done to it, but that's what you get in Seattle. Yeah, $20 an hour doesn't get you very far here. I mean, Seattle, I think Seattle's minimum wage is 15 or 16, so. But the 58 cents a mile, if you get to drive pretty far, is nice. 55,000, good lord. Oh, how's the rental market over there? I've been thinking about buying some out-of-state property because I can buy them cash as long as the rental market's okay. It's a little scary right now with everybody. $300 for houses, Jesus. 55,000, so I could pay for a house like 55 grand, and I would only get $300 a month in rent. What is that? That's 36,000. No, 3,600 a year in rent. I need to look up where this is. Man. Let's see. Let's just go Mm, yeah, that's always a problem. Um, let's check you out on the map. Yo, you're like, oh, you're just in the middle of nowhere, huh? As long as you have good internet, you're good to go. You're even a ways off of the kind of main thoroughfare. Nothing but farms. Well, I guess that's where we get our food from then. That's crazy. Like, literally, your house is probably somewhere right here compared to where I live. There's just no way you find it. Man, sunny and 38 degrees over there. Yeah, Washington, it's rainy, as always. That's nice. I used to, so I'm in outside sales, and I don't get paid mileage anymore with my current position, but when I did, I drove, I don't know how many, it was like 1,600 miles or something like that. And I think it got 50 cents a mile. So it was like this free 800 bucks as long as you have a decent, good gas mileage car. I think at that time I drove a Civic, so it didn't cost anything for maintenance, anything for gas. So I actually made money on that. But yeah, you're all set, dude. 50, 55,000. Yeah, that would be a tough rental market. What's up, MF? MF, you're trading some, you're selling some spreads, aren't you? I needed to still look through and see if I have any other questions we need to answer. I said I was going to. Gabriel just having a rough time. Alright, let's check you out. Let's see. Can we even see it? There's North Commercial. I don't even think I have to look it up. 215, 305. You must be there. You are. 306. There's Steve's house. Is it this one? Nope, not that one. It has a fence or something. There is your house. That's what you get for. Wait, that's 30. No, 305. 306, yeah. Dang, man. And you get a garage for that same amount? That's crazy. Do you know what you get for? Do you know what you get for $55,000 here? You don't. You like literally you can buy a mobile home and yeah, 306 South Commercial, right? Yeah, yeah, got it. At least I think that's it. Your pretty greenhouse. My favorite color, green. But 55 grand here, you'd get like a mobile home, but it won't have any land. Like you'll have to rent a little space in one of those trailer parks. Dude, my chat's the chat is so delayed. I don't know if there's a way I can fix that or make it any faster. But I think I found it now. Big backyard. Yeah, let's zoom out. Looks like you just have a bunch of trees.
and you probably have okay neighbors and stuff. Down on your pen and DraftKings, how have they been doing? I haven't. I think DraftKings and oops, right. Oh, why did they flush? Oh, because everybody piled onto Fubo TV. Yeah. I have a friend that has a big play on them, and I know they've been going down. And I'll ask him about it, and he just says, "Yeah, don't mention it. Like, let's not talk about it." He wants some DraftKings for his long-term portfolio too. And Penn, I'm sure that's. So if you're picking, because Penn is gambling too, right? I don't think I haven't made any plays on the gambling ones, but if you're gonna have spreads on a couple different things, it would make sense to at least spread them out in um, a couple different areas. Like if you're gonna do a gambling one, like go do something industrial or growth or tech or something else. The good thing about these is they're nice and volatile, so you get some decent premium out of them. But hopefully your strike price is low enough to where you can weather that. DraftKings is down a lot though, huh? Since you guys are here, what's your favorite book? I just finished one, and I want to read something else. Something not anything like fiction or anything. Something educational. I'm just wondering if you guys had something you liked. I actually just got finished reading this was totally random. I was driving in Seattle. So in Seattle we have these little. I should the little libraries. We have these things called. Let's see. Show these guys. Little free libraries. So it's these little things. Let's see. Can we go over here? These little things, and they'll be literally on a corner, just full of books. And it's kind of a take one if you want, leave one, whatever. And they're just all throughout. They're just all throughout the city. And I was driving by one, and I always wanted to read something about drug addicts. I've never had a good understanding, and we have a lot in our area, and I just wanted to see what, like, if it was written in a way that I could understand it from an addict's perspective, because I've seen all over the place, like, totally ruin their lives, and I wanted to read that to see if it had some perspective, and it did. I think it explained it pretty well. So, anyways, kind of random thought. I haven't read a whole lot of books recently, but I picked up that one and then just like cruised right through it. It also, it was a lady, and she wrote about she was in jail, and then somebody gets out and they just kiss the ground, and just, the only thing that they want is some grass under their feet and to be outside and be free. So it was kind of a neat perspective. Let's see here. Can I get this guy over there? All right. See if we have any more questions to go through. Man, I really want to do like a one-on-one with Gabriel just to make sure he's understanding what he's doing. Close. That's pretty much it. Hey Gabriel, dude, where are you at with your account and your trades? I know you had that put on Neo, or yeah, put on Neo, and then of course went the opposite direction. So you probably lost on that. Are you able to actually open up a spread? Yeah, the stream and the chat is super delayed. I don't know if I can change that. Maybe it's just because maybe the stream is delayed, so you hear me. Let's see, stream latency. I'll get better. This is my first one. Okay, cool. Dude, nice. Finally got them open. Are they 3 on Tesla or 3 on other stuff? Yeah, Webull won't let anybody yet. Yeah, Webull won't let. Yeah, that's. And I thought when I was going to move everything over to Webull just so I can start off with a fresh account, I was going to do that, and so like I actually transferred money into Webull, was ready to get started, and then I saw, okay, we have to do the approval, and then so I went through the approval process, got approved, and then I didn't notice there was like a little asterisk on the approval and the where they said that I could trade spreads. It was like coming soon or something. There was like 2 or 3 asterisks. So nobody can do spreads on Webull yet. Hopefully it's coming up soon. They said you don't have enough practice. Yeah, I know. Gabriel, I had to totally lie when I was opening up my first one. I just said, yeah, I have tons of experience and yada yada. Which when I opened up my first one, I didn't. What strike prices did you get your Tesla spreads at? Yeah, Steven, yeah. I know there's a ton of risky ones. It's just totally gambling to me, which obviously I don't mind some, but I'm not going to take my account and use like half of it or something like that, or 10% of it. I'll use like 1% and do some out of the money stuff. I have some ones out a year for some calls like on I think Disney and Apple and Wells Fargo, Starbucks. Those are out of the money, but they have like a year or more's worth of time. Do I prefer a spread over long haul? Oh, Gabriel, nice. Oh, hey, that's wow. 510 to 605. That is a huge spread. Or is it like a 610, 610, 615, 605? That's a huge spread. I prefer spreads. Okay, so I prefer spreads for just like income, essentially. because I can collect that premium every 2 weeks, 4 weeks. That's why I roll them out so often. And then the long calls. I do have some long calls, so, and I can show you those if I can find them. So, where are these guys? So I have several long calls. Oh, I see, Gabriel. That's nice. That's perfect. But I have long calls on Snapchat. I have, let's see, Wells Fargo. I sold out of a couple of those. Starbucks. But I prefer them with a lot of time. Yeah, Apple. I think, yeah, Apple. I prefer them with a lot of time, though. I don't prefer like a very short-term one. I will play them from time to time. Just for like, let's say news just dropped and I can get on the beginning of that, like Baidu the other day, or Apple when that went up. Anything when you can catch the news, catch a tweet or something that affects the stock, and then you can get like an expiration a week or two out. I'll do those, but otherwise, I'm just looking at stuff when it's down. I should have bought one on Alibaba when they were down pretty far, but things that I think are going to go up. And then I have, of course, a few debit spreads on Tesla. I opened these up a long time ago, and they have another year basically to hit 840. But I prefer the, yeah, like I said, the put credit spreads. They're just, to me, they're easy, safe money. Oh, short-term call. Yep. I play some of the short-term calls, but to me, that's gambling. That's not a strategy you can use and make consistent money. That's a strategy you can use to consistently gamble, consistently have. You could have very high returns. Obviously, you can make a ton of money in a short period of time. Those I bought them on Baidu the other day, and I made $500 or something like that in 20 minutes or so. But then I've also lost $1,800 in that same half an hour doing that. That's when I started this account, was actually some shorter term calls. That's why I had, I mean, what was this, like right around March when everything started going up. So does it show? Yeah, March 15th and 16th. That's where I made this crazy gap. So we went from what, 10,000 to 40,000. So I made like 30,000 in one day on short-term calls. And this was kind of my journey. So I started off doing quite a bit of those, what I felt was silly plays, right? It's hard to see the actual dollar amount because I took so much out at this time, but and I think really initially too. So every single play I bought was just winning. A lot of it were puts on the SPY, which is part of what got me really heavily into this. Number one, my company shut down temporarily, and number two, I wasn't sure of what vehicle I was going to use, but I was going to make the money when the stock market went down because of this virus. So yeah, this very beginning, we were just like so up and down. I know it shows, what does it show? It's weird. It shows negative because I withdrew 30,000. So yeah, so we made 30,000 within a short period of time, and then by March 18th, so this would have been, I was up $74,000 on the account, and using those same short-term puts and spreads, like a few days later, I was back down, right? So from plus 70 to plus 50. In my silly mind, I was thinking, oh, I'm just going to keep going up and I'm going to be crazy rich and I'm just going to quit my job next week. I'm never going to go back because stock trading is easy. And that's why those gains were so crazy. And then when reality kind of reminded me how reality was, when I went from 70 back down to 50, at that point, I felt like I just want to quit. Like, let me just take my $50,000. That's a very nice car or a whole house apparently in Kansas, and just stop. Super glad I didn't, obviously. And then I started definitely manage things a little bit better. I wanted to be able to. I definitely wanted to be able to grow. This is how it kind of transpired for me, and this is like what clicked in my head is like I still want to be able to make gains. I don't have to make double, 4, 10 times my money in a week, but I would like, kind of like what we've been doing over this past month or two. I would like to make $20,000-$30,000 a month. That's great on an account this size now. And I started just selling these put spreads and realizing it was going to be slow but pretty consistent. And even though slow, I can call it slow, but really it's not. I mean, and also it was, of course, on Tesla, so Tesla's gone up, which has bolstered the returns. And as I was selling those, I was buying stock in Tesla too. So, and the same thing happened to me here. This was August 31st. That was right there was like battery day. And that's when I first had hit, I think I'd hit 100 and some $1,000 for the day. And then boom, Tesla battery day did not go very well as I thought. It was down to 86. Yeah, that's what it was. I was up. That was a false one because Robinhood screws up spreads. But I think I had like 120,000 and then went back down to like 80,000 or something. So that was another one where it's just my stomach was kind of killing me on it. But I did roll out the spreads, and this also changed the way I dealt with my spreads. So I was doing them a lot more aggressively, a lot closer to the money, and I was letting them expire. I wouldn't roll them out until like the last minute. And that's why now, if they're 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, I will roll those out, because even if Tesla tanks underneath the price it is now, there's still enough value because you have time to be able to roll those out safely. So we could roll them out till next year, and at least we don't lose our money. And then, of course, this spike was just a stupid. This was Tesla or Robinhood messing up a little bit, but as you can see, like last 3 months we're up $100,000. So, and this is what I feel is safe compared to those short-term calls. But okay, if you know the stock is going to go up, so it depends on how far up you think it's going to go. I mean, there's definitely a tool for everything. So if you want the maximum amount of gain, you're going to buy an out of the money call, because those are going to cost you less. And you're not going to go very far out, because as you know, the time is more expensive. So if you get something relatively close and pretty far out of the money, if you want to be a little bit safer, you would buy something in the money, and then you basically get dollar for dollar. So if the stock goes up $1, you get 100, because you're buying the calls for 100 shares. And then if you're like me and want to be uber safe, crazy safe, then you just sell the put spreads. So, or you buy the stock, of course. That would be, I guess,
that would be like level 1 safety, safe. Just buy the stock when you think it's going to go up. You can sell it. Depends how much collateral you have. Let's see, level 2, sell the put spread, or you can sell a cash covered put if you have the money for that. You could buy an in the money call with some time. You can get money on that. If you want a maximum gains, you're going to buy an out of the money call. So if it was $500, I mean, you could have bought a $700 call for next week, and you would have made crazy money. I mean, we'll see. Like, Tesla should have some movement when they announce their delivery numbers too, I would assume. I think the S&P inclusion has got to slow it down a little bit. You're going into Menards. Dude, I've only heard about Menards from a guy who makes videos somewhere. I swear it's in Kansas too. So I know that's like a hardware store or something. Hardware, yeah, I think it's a hardware store. We don't have those. We have Lowe's and Home Depot. I got like 265 less in Robinhood. Don't know what to do with it. Cash is always good. I wouldn't want to be caught without any cash at all, or some margin. If you, let's say the stock does go quite a bit down, sometimes you need to pay some to move out your put credit spreads. You could also, I don't know if Tesla has them. You might have to check only on the monthlies, but I think, don't they have, let's see, they should have some 250 increments, don't they? Or no, are those gone now? They may be gone. You could always just do the, you can do the Dow or SPY. Those have, I mean, those have 50-cent ones, 50-cent increments, dollar increments. Where did oh, my news? So I get it from my TD Ameritrade. They have this news tab. So for Tesla, they have news that's as soon as it comes out, and these are like super quick. They come right out. I get it from Twitter. I watch the president's, like, his speeches live. I watch the Senate. I watch Congress, like all that stuff. If it's something important, right, like regarding the stimulus bill or Jerome Powell talking about interest rates, something that actually can move the market, I'll watch those. As soon as a word will come out of their mouth, it can move it. Like during when the vaccines were still like figuring out who was going to come out with them, as soon as they say Moderna goes boop and goes up crazy. I use Yahoo Finance. I watch. There's a channel called, I think it's like the Trading Fraternity. I don't know, or Stock Market Live, but those guys will call out news kind of as it happens. I know there's a lot of other information mixed in there, like he does philosophy and other things, and exercise and all this stuff. But the news is pretty quick. Like if there's something happening, like this, like Facebook news or something like that, he'll call it out, or somebody on stream will call it out very fast. I do gotta pay. You only need to pay to move them out if the price has gone down a lot. But mostly when you move out the put spreads, you get paid, that's what you see when I roll out. When I roll them out, I'm getting paid. Getting a tree up? You're welcome, man. Thanks for the, yeah.
it's pretty cool. I mean, I feel lucky that I had to shut everything down. I got a chance to really learn what I got to learn, and I get to share it with other people. So, I mean, there's definitely plenty of room for everybody to make money in this market, and I just feel like this is the easy way. This is the easiest slash safest way. There's a lot to know, um, but you really could get by with some pretty basic concepts and do pretty well like we've been doing. So. Let me see if there's any other questions. I think I want to do this. Let me see. I think we kind of got through everything. This year I was wanting to start my new account on Robinhood because that's what I use to trade on, just like on a daily basis. Like you see those videos, but they won't let me do a second one under my LLC. I had to open up one of those, so I have to wait for my CPA to get back to me to see what I was going to do. But I want to start over with a $5,000 account, $10,000 account through the year, and just do the 10,000 to 100,000 or whatever, 200,000 during the year. That'd be my goal. So, unless you guys have any other questions or anything, I think I'm going to take off for the day. I mean, we have another 3 days of decay. Before the market opens again. Yeah. No 5,000. Yeah, Gabriel, we need to get your account like doubled, right? Like I think in a couple months. Yes. I did buy into a couple SPACs. So I bought into IPOB, which I believe has already changed its name to Open. Yeah. Where's the actual stock here? Did it change into Open? It did. Yes. Yeah, this thing's just been kind of dropping, but I really like this company, just the overall concept, kind of the Amazon or eBay of real estate. I don't just play them to play them either. I have to either know who the team is going to be, or what they're trying to acquire, or even after they've made the acquisition. I think this one, let's see. Oh yeah, it's pretty much fallen since it's open, but still very excited about this. This especially after I just bought a house and the realtors don't do jack for you. Maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago, I think they did. Now with everything popping up on your phone, basically they let you in the door, and I think that was about the limit to their value. I also know houses pretty well, so they couldn't really educate me there, although my realtor was not very educated on houses himself. And then I have GHIV, which is another SPAC, and they are acquiring a mortgage company. I think it was United Wholesale Mortgage, something like that. Anyways, one of the biggest mortgage companies. GHIV. So this guy too. I bought a couple hundred shares of that, but I'm not just buying them to buy them. So I'll also buy in quite a bit to a lot of IPOs, knowing that they're going to go down, and then usually up later after they have sold their float. Do you have any other SPACs? I don't think so. that was it. And this is what I do with my money after I've sold the how is it different than Zillow? Their platform, I believe, is going to be you can go online and buy through their website, circumventing the actual like the agent. But check it out, yeah, be worth looking at. And I think Zillow is just they essentially just list the house, right? The one I actually like is Redfin quite a bit as far as like the information and the layout just from a mobile perspective. And all right. Oh yeah, this has been already an hour. All right. I am gonna get out of here, go get some stuff done for the day. I hope you guys have an awesome day. I guess we'll probably talk Monday and see how the market does. All right, guys, make a lot of money.